Are we live? All right. I think we're live. Welcome to my second live review of a movie. The last one I did was a long time ago on the movie Dune. And I didn't have really a time to create a video for video's sake, edit it and do all of that. So what I want to do is come to you and talk to you about a movie that I just recently watched. As you can see, it's the name of this movie, Everything Everywhere All at Once. The reason I wanted to make a video about this today, maybe possibly doing a live stream or something like that, was to kind of show you my enthusiasm for this movie. I thought it was incredible. I thought it was amazing. Let's kind of talk about this movie a little bit. Let's do a roll of the credits first, and let's go into it. Hold on one second, and here we go.
Welcome to Josh's House of Nerds.
And I am the Josh that's spoken in that Josh's House of Nerd. Um, as you can see, I was Josh's House of Nerd podcast. I cut it off. I need to have my kids re-record that, but hey, we'll get to that eventually, right? I kind of just like hearing those guys' voices. Some of them are starting to change a little bit. My son, a little bit, but not much. So let's talk about this movie, Everything Everywhere All at Once. If you guys don't know what it is, let's bring it up on like IMDb and on the screen and kind of talk about it a little bit. If you haven't seen it, let's transition. Let's see here over to that. All right. So here is Everything Everywhere All at Once. The explanation of the movie. Hopefully we won't get too much. Whoops. You can kind of see it here in the background. It's got Jamie Lee Curtis in it. Let's see if I can. I don't want to like kill all these guys' names, but Michelle Yeoh, who is amazing. We've got Stephanie Hsu, King Hui Kwan, who is Data from the Goonies, right? Who is awesome. I love all of these actors. I'm not as familiar with Stephanie, as who plays Joy or Jobu Tupaki in the movie. But Michelle Yeoh, I'm very familiar with. I loved her. She has played in so many iconic things. You can kind of see here. Let's see if it shows. There's a few things. I liked Crazy Rich Asians a lot. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon was fantastic. She was in Star Trek Discovery, which, yeah, she played like, a good bad person or a bad good person. I don't know. She was good, and then she was bad, in that show. But the two people that I was like really, really happy to see. James Hong. You just don't see James Hong enough in movies, and he's a fantastic actor. Oh my goodness, everything that you do see him in is just incredible. I just like James Hong a lot. I mean, you go back all the way back to Big Trouble in Little China, which is one of my favorite ones. Oh yeah. Uh, Gremlins. I mean, anyways, you can see all the different ones that he's in. He's just an incredible actor. I love his voice, and stuff. So, anyways, that's. I was looking for a movie that I really like him in, but I can't remember the name of it. Anyways, he is in a lot of stuff. He just kind of pops up in lots of places. And he's one of those actors that you just wish that you could see more. Day the Earth Stood Still, that's one I know. King of Queens, Las Vegas. Yeah, he's just such a proficient character actor, right? So one of the things that so and then one of the people that was also just kind of blew me away here was Jamie Lee Curtis. We know her very well. She she always does a very 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 good job in this show. In most shows that she's in, of course I love True Lies. Halloween Ends, she did fine as Laura Strode. The Halloween Ends, Halloween Kills movies. Halloween Kills was fine. Halloween Ends, okay. Just okay. I wasn't. It was fine. It wasn't amazing, but it was fine. Anyways, let's get back into Everything Everywhere All at Once before I get sidetracked. I just wanted to kind of point out the amazing, incredible actors that are in this movie, and now that we've kind of pointed them out, all these guys have done good. There's a couple other ones you might know a little bit. Some of these I don't know, like Biff Whiff, and one that I did know, which was Jenny Slate. She was awesome. I remember her from her days in Parks and Rec as the sister. Anyways, let's get off of that a little bit. I'm gonna give high praises Daniel Kwan and Daniel Scheinert, who were done this movie, who directed this movie, and some of the producers. If a lot of people don't know this, and I actually didn't know this until I was looking into it, were the Russo brothers. Now, if you don't know who the Russo brothers are the people who directed Endgame. They directed Captain America and the Winter Soldier. Anyways, they've done a fantastic job, and then they produced this movie too, Everything Everywhere All at Once. So if you guys don't know it, let's give a kind of a basic explanation of Everything Everywhere All at Once. I don't know how much I want to go into spoilers on this, as I'm just kind of trying to get people to kind of I just want you guys to get out there and watch this movie when you can. I know it's not available everywhere, but it is something that is truly a joy to watch. And what this movie is about is, let's just read it right here off the screen, right? This is a movie that is, let's transition back to me. A middle-aged Chinese immigrant is swept up into an insane adventure in which she alone can save existence by exploring other universes and connecting with other lives that she could have led. So one of the wildest things about this movie is aspects of, when I was watching this movie, I felt aspects of like The Matrix going on in it. I felt aspects of, I felt a lot of aspects of The Matrix, to be honest with you. It had this unique, like genuinely unique kind of multiverse feature within it. And maybe to not reveal 100% of everything in the movie, what they do with these is, there is this character. Let's transition over to this one, over to Wikipedia, and kind of see what it talks about. You can see here's the Russo brothers who produced it. Daniel Kwan and Daniel Scheinert were the ones that directed it. Okay. And, again, they did a really good job of that. And it looks like also another producer was Jonathan Wing. Everything Everywhere All at Once is basically about Evelyn Kwan Wang, who is a middle-aged Chinese-American immigrant who runs a laundromat with her husband, Wayman. And 2 decades previously, she had eloped with him and left China, and then they had a daughter named Joy. And then the laundromat is, at the current time of the opening of the movie, being audited by the Internal Revenue Service. And Wayman, who is played by Ki Hui Kwan, or Data, as I like to say, or Short Round, whatever you want to call it. They are going to, let's see, I lost my place. Sorry, guys. They elope to have the daughter, and the laundromat's being edited Wayman is trying to serve Evelyn divorce papers, and Evelyn's demanding father, who was played by James Hong, uh, is visiting her for Chinese New Year party, and Evelyn is reluctant to accept Joy's lesbian relationship with her non-Chinese girlfriend Becky, who introduces Becky to Gong Gong, or the grandpa, as Joy's good friend. So that kind of gives an idea of kind of what's kind of the setup of this as they go to the IRS agency. This whole family, the husband, played by Ki Hui Kwan. What? Apparently, we had a little bit of a break. Hopefully, I am not exactly sure where we broke, but let's keep going. Now, Wayman, the husband, is taken over by Alpha Wayman, who explains to Evelyn that many parallel universes exist because every life choice creates a new alternative universe. The Alpha verse, led by the late Alpha Evelyn, developed verse jumping technology, which enables people to access skills, memories, and bodies of their parallel universe selves by performing bizarre actions that are statistically unlikely. And the multiverse is threatened by Jobu Tupaki, the Alpha verse's version of Joy, whose mind was splintered after Alpha Evelyn pushed her to extensively verse jump. Jobu experiences all universes at once and can verse jump and manipulate matter at will. She has created a black hole-like everything bagel, topped with everything, which appears as a toroid singularity, or like a black hole, that could destroy the multiverse. Okay, so that kind of gives you kind of a basic idea of what the crap's going on. What this show is: absolute ridiculousness, mayhem, wackiness in some of the most creative, amazing ways that I have seen in a long time. I was looking at my wife Juliana when I was watching this show, and I was like, what? I would laugh, I would cry, I would be like, oh my heck, I cannot believe they just did that. Some of the things they did, some of the kung fu fighting scenes, when some of the other people in the universes would jump in, when they would jump to another universe, I'm going to give you one kind of, for instance, okay? Not giving away too much, but when they're in one of their fighting scenes, she does one of her weird things. Like, one of the things they do, and I don't think they did it for this instance, was, they have to do wacky things that statistically they wouldn't do to access another universe. And, she like told Jamie Lee Curtis's character, I love you, in like a very forceful way. And, it accessed another universe. Well, one of the universes that got access somewhere down the road was that she had trained herself in karate to be powerful with only her pinky. And that her pinky had like this big like muscle on it. And that she could pretty much crush anything with just her pinky. And so this is kind of the ridiculousness of that. One other universe, here's another spoiler if you don't want to hear it. Spoilers, everybody. Another one of the spoilers is that that when she goes and accesses another universe, that universe has hot dog fingers. And you'll see this in a little bit in the movie trailer. If you actually watch the movie trailer, they have hot dog fingers and stuff like that, and they've become really good with their feet because they have hot dog fingers. It explains like a lot of these universes, and I'm not going to go through every universe, but this just kind of gives you an idea of the wackiness of accessing all these different universes. But one of the things that I really, really enjoyed about this is not just the sci-fi aspect, but the thing I really liked about it was the aspect of family. And ultimately, this movie is about Evelyn, who was played by Michelle Yeoh, who's just dissatisfied with her life. She doesn't think anything has gone right in her life. But the interesting thing is that it's about family and her finding her way to her family, finding the way herself to her husband and to her daughter and to her father, she has all these issues with and all these problems. And that's what I thought this was all about. I thought at the very end, through all this craziness and amazing wackiness, that it boiled down to family. And that's ultimately what I really enjoyed about it. That is ultimately what, let's switch back to me. That's ultimately what I thought about. I thought that, even here in this article, or in this Wikipedia thing, it says its portrayal of physiosophical concepts such as existentialism, nihilism, absurdism, as well as approach to themes of neurodivergence, depression, generational trauma, Asian American identity. All of these are analyzed in this movie, and it all comes back to through these journeys of all these different things, it comes back to family, which is a big theme in my life. It's a big theme that we all should have. And I just want to say that I commend studios like A24 who did this one, who does a lot of kind of movies that are a little bit out there and stuff like that, that are on the edge. And that's what's amazing about those movies, is that are about studios like this that are out there on the edge. People like Blumhouse and things like that, Yeah, not every one of their movies is incredible, but when they do hit one, because it is on the edge, it brings out, you just get an amazing movie. You just get, something that you didn't expect. And I went into this movie, guys. I went into this movie not knowing what I was expecting. I actually didn't even know what this movie was about. I just saw that on the Academy Awards that it had won all these movies. I loved these actors, every one of them, and I've loved every one of them for a really long time. And one of the things that that's one of the things that drew me to it. So I had the opportunity to watch it, and the thing that I like I said, I enjoyed everything about it. When I walked into it, watching it, I was just flat out blown away. I can't say it was quite the same level as like when I watched The Matrix for the first time. When I watched The Matrix for the first time, it was almost like a out of body experience myself. I still have a hard time describing the feelings that I had, like, when I watched it for the first time, or like even with like a Star Wars, or my favorite, Empire Strikes Back. This one just flabbergasted me so much because I knew nothing about it going into it, and I hope that I didn't reveal too much. I just wanted to reveal enough to you to kind of get you interested in watching this movie and stuff like that. So, if I had to give this a rating on a scale of 1 to 10, and if I would buy it, just like I do in all my reviews, I would absolutely give this one a 9 out of 10. And when it comes out, I hope to own it. I want to own it when it eventually becomes available to own. I'm a big physical copy guy, so when it comes out to own, I want to be able to buy it on physical copy and then have a digital copy of it. But I really want to buy this, so when it comes out. So that's all I wanted to talk about today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this kind of live version of it, kind of live and raw, and I hope to maybe try to do a few more of these in the future, as I try to expand the Josh's House of Nerd channel. I appreciate all of you guys out there who are watching. Please stay tuned for more and more movie reviews, more and more of our podcasts, and hopefully we'll get some more food reviews coming up in the near future with my kids. And as always, may you be excellent to each other, everybody out there, and live long and prosper. From all of us here at Josh's House of Nerd, have a good day, night, whatever you want to talk and do. Bye-bye.